Right now. If you are here, let me know you are here. Ingrid Owens here, business coach and marketing strategist. Oh my goodness, I won't talk to face or Instagram too much because, as you can tell, I have a little bit of a cold, and I've actually not been feeling too good. And every time I look at my Facebook people, you can see up my nose. And that's not very good because I have a big red nose. So if we haven't met before, my name is Ingrid Owens. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist for creative entrepreneurs, helping people like photographers, calligraphers, designers, web designers get visible online so that they can have more consistent clients, more consistent revenue, and make a bigger income and impact in their business. So every Tuesday I come on here live on Facebook and also now on Instagram, and we talk about a topic for the week. And so I would love if you are out there joining me. Let me know, give me a wave, let me know in the comments, let me know if you are nice and toasty and warm where you are and you're not suffering from one of these nasty colds that I'm sure you can hear. I sound like I am not very good. In fact, this is the first time I've talked on the phone on the camera with this cold, because I've been struggling with it for a couple of days, but Sunday I was feeling a wee bit better. But I think sometimes when we get up and actually have to, show up and do the work, it can kind of like kick our butts. So I hope you have avoided it wherever you are. It was pretty inevitable I was going to get sick, really. Both my husband and my kids had gotten sick over the last couple of weeks. So mom can only get away without being sick for so long. So anyway, if you are joining me live, let me know in the comments. Just wave so that I can give you a shout out. And also, if you feel compelled to share this live, I would be very grateful, and tag a friend maybe who might be interested in this, because today's topic is all about whether or not more education, more know-how, more knowledge is going to bring you more clients. And this is something that I see a lot of people struggling with, a lot of clients struggling with, a lot of people who I work with, but also in my own circle, in my mastermind circle. And also personally, it's something I have struggled with as well. So if you know anybody you think might benefit from this live, go ahead and tag them or share this with them. I'd really appreciate that. Um, because quite often, especially as creatives, we can be very particular about our work. And don't get me wrong, I think it is extremely important that you know what you're doing if you're going to offer those skills or services as part of a business. So example, I work with a lot of photographers. Well, it does help if you know your way around a camera and you can take a decent photo before you start charging people for that service, right? But there comes a time when we feel that all we need to do is upskill, upskill, upskill. And what I have found more often than not, that this is something that's stopping people becoming visible in their business, and is also stopping, because of the no visibility, it's stopping them getting more clients and growing their business. So I want to talk about this for a second, and maybe a quicker second than I had originally thought, as my nose is starting to run, so please excuse my tissues and my red nose. But yes, let me know in the comments if this is something that you've ever struggled with. And we can have a quick chat about this. And also, if you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. Go ahead and type in hashtag replay and let me know in the comments that you would join me on the replay, and I would love to be able to give you a shout out on that as well. Let me just have a wee peep at my notes here. So I will say that, give me an idea in the comments if this is something that has been a thought that you've had, which is, when I get more training and when I become more competent at my insert whatever here, in my photography, my design, my creative skills, then is when I will put myself out there and I'll really start promoting my stuff, right? If this is something that you have had a thought of, I want to really dispel this myth right now, because what the thing is that you may not be the best photographer ever. You might not be ready to go and speak on PPA Live or any of these, the big shows, the imaging shows. You might be not ready to get on stage, right, and lead a workshop in that topic. But you probably know how to take a good picture, and I'm sure you know more than the average person on the street, right? And you would certainly know more than the person who is employing your services, right? So this myth of always having to know more, know more, know more is what I find is more often than not just a way of pushing what we really truly have to do and where we're going to get uncomfortable aside and focusing on the wrong thing. If you find yourself learning continuously when you sit down at your work, right, or your computer to do your work, if you find that you're continuously looking at videos or research or, quote unquote training, then I would ask you to question that very deeply, because that is more likely than not something that you are just doing in place of the things that actually are going to be moving your business forward. Because as important as training is and as important as education is, it's not a money making activity at the end of the day. And it's these money making activities that are going to help you get in front of your clients, engage with your prospective clients, and eventually grow your business, because you're going to be able to make more money. So if this is something that you've thought of, I want you to really think hard about why that is. And I would welcome you to tell me in the comments. I would welcome some disagreement or any other comments that you might have on this. Let me just make sure and check. Hey, John's here. Bart's there, or was there on Instagram. Again, I have to stop showing you up my nose on the Facebook Live. It's not such a good look. Okay, so that is a thought. If you have had that thought, that I will be ready to show off my work when I have finished this course or that course, whatever, be careful of that one, okay? The second one is another mindset that I see people having, and that is that they don't feel that they know enough yet. So they may be very highly skilled in what they do, but there's still something holding them back from becoming visible. And it's this idea of not being the expert and comparing themselves to other people who are out there, and therefore, saying, who am I to be doing this? I'm not like, such and such. I'm not, at that level, so people aren't going to listen to me. And I will tell you that as somebody who, has personally struggled with this, coaching is something that really helps me get through this in my own business, because it is a true thing. And I think because we're creatives, a lot of times we do have such high standards for our work. We have an incredible amount of taste, because we've developed that taste over many years, right? Especially if you do a lot of education and you've been doing a lot of upskilling in your work. Your taste is very, very well refined, and so we are our own worst critic often, right? And we can see all the people around us that are doing it better, or I mean, a thought that I used to have was, why would somebody come to me when they could go to so and so and so and so? Like, they're far better. Why would they not just go straight to them? And it was pointed out to be by my coach about 2, maybe 3 years ago now, that there is somebody for everybody, right, at every stage in their business. And so I might not be the person for somebody who, quote unquote, is way, been established for 15 years, even though I've actually been in business for almost 12 years. And that has got nothing to do with it, right? The length of time, the timeline is different for everybody. But that was another limiting belief that I had. But I also had the belief, like, why would somebody come to me when they can go straight to, the source, or go straight to whatever? And the truth is that people come to you for your personality. They come for you because you might deliver the information in a different way. You might have a certain style of your work that resonates with that individual person. Maybe your services are affordable for a certain individual person, and the top dog in your town is not, right? So there's so many different reasons. But the problem is that we create stories around them, and quite often we blame our lack of expertise expertise, or we blame our lack of perceived expertise or lack of knowledge is the reason why somebody isn't going to work with us, and that is not simply true. So I'm really wanting to bust that myth here today, that you do not have to be the only expert or the best expert or even like approaching expert status. You can start making money from your business, from your creative services, no matter what stage you're at, because there's always somebody out there who wants your work. I really want you to take on board that abundance mindset, right? That's really going to be the difference between you getting the clients that are yours right now than forgetting about them, right? And quite often this one is also cloaked in perfectionism, and that's the third bullet point. I'm kind of whizzing through these today because I know that I'm sounding really croaky. But the third thing that I wanted to talk about is it's sort of like the expert thing. And it kind of comes cloaked in who am I, right? Who am I to be telling people what to do? I haven't done ABCD, masters, PhD, whatever, in my subject or my topic. And similar to that other one, there's always the perfect person who is out there for you where you are right now. And if you are spending your time sharpening your skills, consistently trying to get more perfect, right, you're going to miss that boat, right? Because that person is moving along and you're moving along. But if you're not moving along and being visible with that, then you've got a problem, because you're just, the internet's best kept secret, right? That doesn't work. That is not good marketing at all. So you want to make sure that you're putting yourself out there, even though it might not be perfect, right? Even though your skills might not be perfect, you might not be the best in the whole wide world, but you're the best for that person right now, right at this moment. So I really want you to embrace that idea. And the thing is that I will say that making education and honing your skills and sharpening your saw is very important in terms of your creativity, but also is that sharpening your saw of your marketing skills and your business skills, right? And you're never actually going to be able to do that unless you're actually doing the thing, unless you're getting out there and being visible. So if you wait until you've got all the education that you possibly will need, and believe me, there'll always be something new to learn, so that ideal is never ever even going to be reached. Hey Stacey, thank you for joining me live. That's never ever going to be reached, right? So I forgot my train of thought for a second. You need to cut your teeth in the marketing game by doing the action, right? The clarity comes from the action that you're doing. So there's no better place than to learn when you're in the game. And if you're waiting until your game's perfect, then you're gonna miss the boat, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. That is what I wanted to talk about. I really wanted to encourage you that if you're waiting that to all of the education is done, or if you're spending a majority of your time doing educational things like watching videos, watching YouTube videos, improving your skills, if that's where the majority of your time is spent on your work day, then really have a hard think about that and see if that is something that you're hiding behind and that's stopping you getting visible and getting clients. If you are feeling that this is something that you could do with a little bit of accountability and support around, and you feel like there's still more for you to know in the marketing piece, and you're not really sure about how to put together your visibility plan for the next 90 days or how that fits in with your overall marketing, I would really love to talk to you about how we could possibly work together. And even if nothing else, excuse me, I could have sneezed on live, not so good. Even if nothing else, when we talk on our strategy call, you will get clarity around the pieces that are missing in your current visibility plan, and you can find out a way that you can get past them. Like my clients get an awful lot of value out of a strategy call with me. It's not just a pure sales call. We will spend some time figuring out if we are a good fit to work with each other and how that would look, but it's absolutely no pressure. That's not the part of marketing or the world of business that I come from. I've not built my business that way this far, and I'm not about to change that. So thank you so much. Thank you, Stacey. Oh, I'm only just seeing the comments. Stacey uses Wednesday for her education and training days. I love that, Stacey. That's a really good strategy, just having one particular day to get all of that done. It can really help to, really focus your time, because especially with something like with VA services, I know Stacey's an awesome VA. She has so many things that she could be spending her time, learning. There's always a new tool to learn. There's always something new to get hold of. And it's the same in most businesses, especially with creatives. It's very hard to know when to draw that line, So I would encourage you that if that is something that you're doing, do as Stacey said, have a specific dedicated day that is your training day. And that was really going to help with that. Or an hour, you could give an hour. I tend to do it like I will do a block. It's kind of like a reward. I'm an eternal student. So I used to do it like where I'll give myself a reward to watch a training video. I actually get a kick out of that. I know a lot of people sometimes don't, but I think most creatives who enjoy their craft love to upskill. So anyway, whoops, so they love to upskill. So that's what I wanted to say today. Again, if you would like to jump on a strategy call with me, no pressure, but I would love to talk to you, even today with a stuffy nose. You see, I'm sticking to my visibility plan, even though I really felt like getting under the duvet today. I'm here because, you gotta have that visibility. Otherwise, you'd all forget about me. So anyway, the link for that is ingridkellyowens.com/strategy. I'll put the link below the video, and it is in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. All right, have an awesome rest of the day. I am going to have another cup of tea and see if I can cover up my red nose a little bit more. Awesome. Have an awesome day. Thanks. Bye.